magic knight!
You know what that thing is?
They're magic golems made during the Dark Ages, and they're incredibly strong. Damn it, what's one doing here? Ugh, we need to get out of here, now! You don't stand a chance against it on your own.
Maybe not. But that's not going to stop me from trying.
I think you're crazy.
You idiot! You're still recovering! You don't stand a chance!
We'll see about that. All I know is that it's standing between me and everyone I care about. So if getting to them means taking this thing on, so be it!
I'd also argue he needs to let off some steam.
Unbelievable.
Bring it on!
This is the fight that
Let's
I'm
move.
actually kind of worried about, not gonna lie. This is a fight I actually had a lot of difficulty in, even on easy mode. And that's kind of saying something.
Let's move! Ha! Here I go!
Okay. Null and void. Got it, game. Let me do that again in slow motion for those who couldn't see it. 11K.
Here I go.
I think I built him right. Oh no, is this gonna be like Cold Steel 1 where everything I go by, even the bosses, I just completely annihilate?
My attacks are barely putting a dent into it.
Rean, you've been hitting it for almost 12K! How am I on the ground on one knee panting and not the thing in front of me?
We're so close to Ymir too.
I told you this would happen. Get back!
Celine!
Celine! I can't lose. Not here. Not without seeing everyone again.
Why do we keep
Crow.
calling Crow?
Not today, buddy!
I told you this man is gay for him!
Are those arts?
Yeah, but where?
See you later. Cross Crusade!
It's nice to see you again, Tobo, buddy. Yahoo! Damn.
Are we safe?
Who did that? Rean! Rean!
Alfred and Elise. Hola, Tobal. Thanks.
Whew! Made it without a second to spare. Good to see you're still in one piece.
As am I to see you.
I'm so glad we hurried. I don't want to even imagine what could have happened if we weren't in time. You aren't hurt, are you?
Your Highness? And Toval. And...
Hi, Elise.
Rean, stay right there! Please, tell me you're all right. You look so exhausted. Who's she?
His sister.
It's really you.
Wait, aren't you already privy to this? Celine, didn't you lure this poor girl to her near death in the old schoolhouse?
I feel like I'm dreaming. I never would have expected you to come all the way out here.
Rean, please! There's no need to speak right now. Save your strength. We'll take you back to Ymir just as soon as we've seen to your injuries.
I'm just so glad you're... But How did you know I was here?
It's a good thing he did not just collapse on his blade. That would have been horrible.
As my consciousness began to fade, I heard a distinct voice resound at the back of my mind. A voice with all the gravity of steel, and yet a strange sense of familiarity, of warmth. And as I listened, I could feel myself being beckoned towards the wheel of fortune.
Dost thou desire the power?
Hi, Shakespeare. Yet another opening. I gotta mute up. This stuff is amazing. Oops. Actually, I thought there was more talking. But for those of you who do not know our cast, this is what they look like now that we are in a civil war. Hottest man alive. I have to admit, Vita's artwork is so damn pretty in this game. Actually, this game in a nutshell is just, in a word, gorgeous. We're back home.
Where am I now? Celine. This looks
Aww.
just like my room.
She is so cute. I love Celine.
I knew it. I'm back in Ymir. I'm finally back home. My memories are kind of hazy now, but I think that means everything that happened in the mountains.
Why'd it get so cold all of a sudden?
Hi, Celine. I hope you're feeling better.
Oh, you finally woke up?
Got white.
Yeah, just a second ago. How about you? Feeling better after a cat nap?
I would hope so, considering she just saved your butts.
I guess. I slept more than I meant to, actually. You're awake.
Hi, Elise. I think that creepy subplot of she's still in love with her brother is still in this game. I think this game nips it.
Good morning.
Actually, no. I think it carries through all of them now that I think about it.
Actually, it's probably closer to noon now, isn't it?
Actually, now that I think about it, in the third game, it's kind of implied she and Alphen are kind of a thing. Which, if I'm being honest, they are
Elise?
adorable together.
Oh, I'm so happy that you're awake. You don't know how scared I was. There was all that chaos in the capital, and then we lost all contact with you. We had no idea where you were. I'm just so relieved.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for worrying you so much, Elise.
No, you don't need to apologize. I knew that somewhere out there you were all right, and that you'd come back safe. Welcome home, Rean.
It's good to be back. And thanks.
I see our two little lovebirds are as Twitter-pated as ever.
Ah, thank you, Your Highness, for your enlightening view on it all.
Pardon? Good morning, Rean. And to you as well, Elise.
Hey there. Just swinging by to see how you're holding up.
You're here too, Your Highness? I'm really not dreaming then.
I thought you established that not even 2 seconds ago that you weren't.
Oh, you're so silly, Rean. I would have thought the warmth of your dear sister pressed against your chest was proof enough of that.
You read way too many fan fictions.
Your Highness, please!
Well, I'm just glad you're up. How are you feeling? Still sore? You've been fast asleep since we brought you back here yesterday.
I don't have any serious injuries, at least. But I doubt I'd be able to say that if you hadn't come when you did. Thanks, Toval.
Thank you, Toval!
I suppose I owe you my thanks, too.
Oh, you're just not gonna bother trying to hide the fact you can talk?
That art of yours didn't come a moment too soon.
You're both very welcome. I just didn't want to give these two young ladies anything to cry about.
Why are we acting like the cat talking is perfectly normal?
Aww.
I see you're finally up.
Dad! Mom!
Hello, Rean. It's wonderful to see you back home.
I imagine you have plenty of questions running through your mind, but first and foremost is getting you something to eat.
Now, the first question I have that needs immediate answering. Why are we treating Celine talking as if this is perfectly normal when in every instance we know it's not?
We can discuss what to do from here on out after that.
Ymir. I always liked Ymir. Such a pretty little place. And I always loved the atmosphere. Friendly, inviting, warm. They even have their own little hot springs, which is something we'll learn quickly enough is a favorite pastime of Rean's. This man loves his hot springs. It's been a month now since that so-called Noble Alliance occupied Heimdall. Heimdall. At present, they have effectively all of the nation's major cities under their control. The Imperial Army tried what they could to stop their advances, but the majority of their forces have already been defeated. Oh, lovely. I had a feeling that would be the case. If nothing else, at least you two are safe. It looks like Ymir as a whole is safe too, though. We were at St. Austria when the capital was occupied. So we were caught up in the chaos too. It was only thanks to Toval appearing and rescuing us that we're sitting here now. What were you doing there, Toval? I got an urgent request to escort Her Highness and Miss Elise to safety. And as soon as I got that, I booked it there as fast as I could. I never turned down a personal request from Prince Oliver, you know. Prince Oliver, you asked you? Well, that explains it. He kindly escorted us out of the capital, successfully evading the Noble Alliance's attempts to pursue us. And roughly 10 days later, we were able to reach Ymir. Well, at least that's a good package trip, but damn! I'm just so glad that you made it here safely. Unfortunately, it appears His Majesty the Emperor and the Crown Prince Cedric fell into the Alliance's hands. The official story is that both of them have been taken into protective custody, so they're both rumored to be safe. However, Prince Oliver's whereabouts currently remain unknown. There's not even a confirmation that he's safe somewhere? Yeah, that's a bit concerning. That's more than a little worrying. You needn't be so concerned. I'm sure he's perfectly well. He made it through the chaos in Liberl last year unarmed. Unhammed? Hammed. He made it unhammed. Unharmed, as you know. He always has been a resilient one. As for Cedric, father and mother, I'd like to believe they're all right, too. I'm sure they are, Your Highness. I mean, they've gotta be. If I remember correctly, the Noble Alliance doesn't necessarily want to overthrow the Emperor or harm the Imperial family. As far as I thought they made it apparent in the first game, they just don't really like the Counselor, who I keep calling Counselor Osborne for some damn reason. Rean, I imagine you're mostly concerned about what happened to Trista and Thors. Yes, he is. Luckily for you, we've managed to get some info on that front. Please, tell me everything you know. Calm down, Rean. What's happening over at the Academy? Is everyone alright? I don't think this will come as much of a shock to you, but both Trista and Thor's military academy are completely under the Noble Alliance's forces' control now. Yeah, not a shocker. They were both taken over not long after the war began. Oh. Rean? No matter how much I thought about it, I didn't want to believe it was true. What about the students and our instructors? Why is it every time I do this I have an itchy nose? Honestly, I wish I had more I could tell you. There are rumors that There are rumors that they resisted being occupied as long as they could, but not much more than that. Try not to let concern get the best of you. It's too early to presume the worst has happened. Yeah, I'm with Lord Schwarzer here. On the contrary, some rumors would even suggest the opposite. What rumors? Word has it that a number of students and staff are unaccounted for, and the Noble Alliance is still trying to find them. Then that means... have some of them managed to escape? Well, rumors are rumors. Still, your classmates and Sarah have more than gotten their feet wet at this point. I can't see them being taken down easily. The odds sound pretty good if you ask me, but I'd say you. What else can I say? Other than his entire class is absolutely nutty. I would have to agree. Celine? I couldn't tell you where she is right now, but Emma's still alive. That's guaranteed. You can tell? Of course he can tell. Raid? What do you mean, raid? Raid the battleship? Unfortunately, it's not going to be quite that easy. I'm a familiar, so we've got a link of some kind between us. If anything were to happen to her, trust me, I'd know about it. All I know is she's still alive, though. Nothing else. Raid Shadow Legends. Oh, God. No, Shadow Legends doesn't sponsor me. Although it'd be cool if they did, because at least then I have a sponsor. Anyway, there's no point assuming the worst when there's every chance that it hasn't happened. So, try keeping the faith, alright? Think of it this way. They're probably just as worried about you as you are for them. And yet, here you are, safe and sound. You've got a point, actually. Safe and sound you may very well be, but you're hardly in peak condition. Take this chance to stay home for a time and recover your strength. And while you're here, why not go pay everyone a visit? The whole village has been eagerly awaiting your recovery. That's true. I think they'd all be delighted to see you. And, if you'd like, I'd be happy to accompany you. Thanks for the concern, Elise, but I'll be fine on my own. Honest. That sounds like a good idea, Mom. I'll do just that. I think. The depths of despair. It looks like Elise and Princess Elfin have already gone out. Well, I'm pretty sure they're stuck together like glue. Like Mom said, it might not be a bad idea to follow suit. This could be a good chance to walk around the village and collect myself a bit. Yeah, we still want to run around and explore a little bit. So this is Rean's home. It's a cozy little place. Hi, Mom. Wow, that smells delicious. Wait a sec. Is that pheasant stew? Your very favorite. Your father said that he wanted you to have a nourishing dinner, so he went and caught one himself. Really? I'll be sure to thank him later. Speaking of food, you've got a lot going on here. It smells amazing. Well, the circumstances may not be ideal, but it's been too long since we last dined together as a family. And ever since Her Highness arrived, it's been so lively that I feel I have gained a second daughter. Times like these are when a mother has to put her best foot forward, don't you think? You really are the perfect mother. Even in times like these, you're right here, ready to warmly welcome us home with open arms. I can't see that ever changing. If only I were half as good as a son as you are, Mom. Aww. Mom? Something wrong? Yeah, you had to go and say something like that, Rean. That's not true at all. When I had no idea what was going on with you and your sister, I worried myself sick. At times, it felt as though my chest was going to burst from it all. But believing that you two would come back to me safely was the key to keeping myself together. With that in mind, I could focus on instead getting this house ready to welcome you both home. Huh? Whatever doubts you may have had about your place in this family, as long as you're here in this house, you're our son. If you're ever feeling down or afraid, you can always find comfort in my arms. And then, once you've found the strength to keep going, you can pick things back up and right where you left them. I love his mom. His mom is so sweet. Thanks, Mom. I actually feel a lot better now. Well, look forward to dinner tonight. And make sure you work up a good appetite for it, alright? No worries there. So, yeah, he is a noble, but he doesn't have servants. As you'll duly note, his family doesn't believe in that kind of system. Not like the other nobles. They don't believe themselves to be better than the people. They don't feel themselves... Oh, this is Elise's room, I believe. They don't put themselves on a pedestal above their people. In fact, they argue they're basically the same as their people. Unfortunately for the Schwarzer family, this makes them get looked down upon by other nobles because the nobles think themselves better. All of the Empire's major cities are now under the control of the Noble Alliance now. They've been so focused on those, they haven't had the time to deal with frontier regions like ours. Thankfully, this means that Ymir hasn't felt the full impact of the Civil War. It does seem that way. I was relieved to see how little's changed, and our snowfall's the only real difference compared to my last visit. By the way, I see you chose not to join the Noble Alliance. Is everything alright on that front? Well, I've never wanted anything to do with the Noble faction to begin with. There's always the chance they'll come and invite me to join, but I'm confident I can talk my way out of it. I'm a little concerned that I can't get in touch with Viscount, or Viscount, whatever, Arsene. However, Elor's father. You can't? To be honest, if he is this type of person in his life and only learned to love because of Class 7, I think you mean Class 8. Well, Rean has a lot of baggage, and we don't quite see all of it just yet. Rean, you know, I'm gonna not say no more than that. There's a lot of baggage, and it's nothing that his family did to him per se. His family treated him with all the love in the world, but something happened that kind of, you know, it made things a bit messier, and we'll see what that is. I want to say halfway through the game, if not sooner. Did something happen over in Legram? Or maybe even the Courageous? I'm afraid I couldn't tell you, but I'm just gonna call it Viscount. I don't care if it's wrong or not. But it's Viscount Arcade. I don't know how the hell they say that guy's last name we're talking about. He'll be fine. Regardless, I'm just trying to make sure that we're well prepared for anything. Especially since our duties have expanded to sheltering Her Highness. And that's true. The Alliance already has His Majesty and the Crown Prince, so it's safe to assume they want Princess Alphen as well. Dad, let me know if there's anything I can do to make your job easier. I'm more than happy to help. Of course. I'm sure I'll be counting on you in the days to come. Still, start with trying not to rush things. You shouldn't have to jump to thinking you need to shoulder more than your fair share of the responsibility. There's only so much the burden that one person can bear. Do you think I'm shouldering too much? Admittedly, those are Master Kai-Fai's words and not mine. But they get across what I want to say well enough. And whether or not I think it or not, this is a good chance for you to get some well-earned rest. I want you to make the most of it, alright? Sure. Thanks, Dad. I will say this much. Rean has a good relationship with his family. That would be my phone if anyone heard what fell. That would be my phone. So when he said he learned to love, well, in his family, you'll find out it feels circumstantial. But in Class 8, he didn't quite... Oh, is it Class 7? Yeah, it is Class... Oh my god.